Hello everyone, welcome to Tutorials by Dacade. My name is Dacade, and in today's video we are going to go over prefabs. You should already have a prefab folder here. I believe we created that in one of the first videos we did. But before we get into that, make sure you give this video a big old thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe as I have videos like this coming out all the time. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. So what prefabs are, they're things that you can create and then essentially copy it without like copying it, if that makes any sense. I'll try to explain it a little bit better here. So like, see how we already created the slime? And let's zoom in on the slime there. So what we could do is we could hit Control D and duplicate that slime, then just move that slime somewhere else, and okay, fine. That would actually work if you did not plan on doing anything else with the slime. However, since we're still making the game and we may have different scenes where we can't duplicate the slime, or we may want to make changes to the slime, but instead of going through and let's just say you have 50 slime, well, you would have to go in and change every single one of them unless you made that slime a prefab. So the easiest way to make a prefab is to go to your prefab folder. If you don't already have one created, create one. We're going to create another one just called enemies within the prefab folder. Then we're going to go to the blue slime here, and we're just going to drag the slime down to that folder. And now we have a prefab. So you notice how it kind of changed up here. We have the slime here. That is all it takes to actually make a prefab. Now, what do prefabs do? Well, if I want another slime in the scene, I just drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. I can do that as many times as I need to. The other big thing that you can do is, let's just say you want the slime to have more health. So you go to max health, you hit 2. Well, you notice how you get this, it's really hard to see kind of, but you get this little blue line here, and max health kind of became bold. That's saying that you've only made a change to just this slime. But let's just say you want to make the change to all the slimes. So all you got to do right here where it says overrides, well, before I show you that, I just want to show you that it didn't change this one. This one's at 2, but all the others at 1. But if you go up here to overrides and hit apply all, now if you go to all of them, they all have 2 health. So prefabs are a way to save time, so you're not going in and having to duplicate something 100 times, 200 times, 300 times. It also makes it so that way you can change all of those duplications without having to go to each and every one of them. Now, there are certain times where maybe you just want to change this slime and none of the others. Well, as you saw earlier, you can still do that without affecting the others as long as you don't apply the override. But you can duplicate things like pots, enemies, NPCs, signs, literally any object in the game, with the exception of like the map. You don't want to mess with the map stuff. But like any objects, enemies, NPCs, signs, when we get to them, treasure chests, literally you can make them all into prefabs and easily change all of them within your game without having to go to each individual one. Not to mention, like, if you do have a new scene, all this stuff's gone, and you would have to essentially create your enemy from scratch again. You could reuse the script, but you still have to, attach the script to it. Any other things that you have, like with the slime here, we have the animator, we have the box collider, we have the script itself, the rigid body 2D. You would have to add all of those to a brand new character or a brand new enemy in a new scene. Whereas if you have a prefab, hey, it's already there, drag, drop, done. So we didn't really go over any code or anything today, and this was kind of a shorter video just explaining what prefabs are. But what I would do if I were you is I would create prefabs of the enemy. I would go in and make some prefabs of the sign and make some prefabs of the pot. That way you can just drag and drop them anywhere in your scene, and the only thing you would have to really do is just position them exactly where you want them. Now, whenever we get to like loot, things dropping loot and stuff like that, this would still work unless you want like a specific item to drop a specific item. In which case, you might have to do a few minor changes in order to get that to work. But nonetheless, that's all there is to prefabs. And like I said, now that I have that sign, I can drag the sign here and just put in here like this is a sign. And as long as I don't override, as long as I don't come up here and click apply all, this sign will still function exactly like that sign did. Only it'll say this is a sign, and I'll show that to you here real fast. Maybe if, there we go. So I can come up to this sign, walk in, go north to the lake. All right, fine. Walk over to this sign. And there was something I didn't add to it, apparently. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. What did I not add here? The text bubble and the bubble text. So that actually didn't pull over. So you would have to add that every single time. So we'll just go to canvas, text bubble, boom, and bubble text, boom, and then hit play again. And once again, there you go. Go north to the lake. And we'll go to the other side. Get out of here, slime. Ow. Hey. Why are you not? There we go. And come here, and this is a sign. So that is how you do prefabs. Again, saves you a bunch of time by creating one thing and then being able to duplicate it and then change all of them at once. So make sure you do some prefabs. And with that, I'm going to end the video here. If you like this video and it was helpful for you, my God, I can't speak today, make sure you give it the big old thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe, as I have videos like this coming out all the time. And as always, thank you. Have a good day. And I'll see you in the next one.